I'm Sofia Bernardi, mindset and business coach supporting ambitious new and rising coaches plus service-based businesses to master their mindset, create an aligned and profitable strategy, and grow a six-figure business using the Rising Coach method. I built a multi-six-figure business by the age of 24, and in this podcast, I will teach you the psychology, strategy, and energetics to do the same. Let's dive in. Hello and welcome to Rising Coaches with Sofia Bernardi. I'm so grateful you're here. I know I say that every single episode, but it's because I truly mean it, because I don't want to speak to no one. So having someone listening and just the fact that you've taken the time out of your day to listen to what I have to say is just mind-blowing to me. So mind-blowing. I love podcasting. It's my favorite platform to be on. So I love being able to give you some tips and, proximity and energy so that you can walk away feeling more educated, more inspired, and more empowered to do big things in the world, because my mission is to help humanity rise. And if I can help some of you to grow your business in a more aligned way, in a faster way, a more enjoyable way, then I've served my mission. So in this week's episode, I want to talk to you about 4 things to consider when it comes to making a big investment in yourself, because I think it's no secret at this point that if you want to be a successful coach or service provider, then you need to invest in yourself. Not all athletes have a coach, but all Olympians do. So if you want to be the best in this space and you want to do big things and you want to go far and you want to, just really help people and create a life of fulfillment and abundance and success, then you've got to invest in yourself, because time is your most valuable resource alongside money. And, if we can save time through investing in someone who is where you want to be, then we can fast track our process and enjoy our life and live our life. There is not a chance I would be where I am right now, where I'm helping hundreds of people around the world and I'm, have so much freedom in my life to do what it is that brings me the most joy and fulfillment, if I hadn't invested in mentors and coaches and healers that have supported me to get here. I've invested well and truly over $100,000 in my business in the last 3 years, and I've made investments that weren't so great, and I've made many investments that were amazing and life-changing, and all of them have served a positive purpose, and I've learned either what to do or what not to do from every single one of them. And so it's all been worth every single cent, because I am where I am now due to that. And I'm just so grateful, because the life that I'm living now, where I have, a pretty empty calendar, I have a team of 4, I'm changing lives and I'm living my best life, traveling and being able to purchase whatever I want and being able to serve my clients and use my creativity and use my time wisely and how I desire to, and, have a diversified portfolio and invest in myself and, grow my finances and everything. Like, that's just a life-changing to me. And this is all a result of having invested in myself and learn these things to be able to create this. And I want to help you when it comes to making the right decisions for you with investing, because a lot of people get stuck with this and don't do this, and that's why they stay stuck. And I don't want that for you. So I want to share with you 4 things that I consider when it comes to making big investment decisions, so that I have the best possible chance of it being, a really helpful decision. And firstly, you've just got to trust yourself. You've got to trust, your heart and your gut of what feels right for you, and go all in on that. And, it's really important that you're able to separate fear from that equation. There's always going to be fear when you make a new investment or your first investment, or even, your 15th investment. There's fear, right? I still have fear, even though I just invest in the same coach over and over again. Like, it's just what happens, because we care about our money and what we do with our money. So it's important to trust yourself and know what is just fear and what is just lack of trust and things like that. So firstly, just trust yourself, but that wasn't actually one of the points. So anyways, the first thing I wanted to share is that the coach or the healer or the consultant or whoever that you're considering investing in is an embodiment of what they teach. So if they are a personal trainer, that they actually, work out and invest in their health and growth, and they what they're telling you to do, they also do. If they are a business coach and they're telling you like this sustainable way that they help people grow their business, that they're actually doing that. If they believe in energetics, that they also do energetics. And whatever it is, whatever they are preaching and teaching, that they are an embodiment of, they are doing that as well. They are a walking example of what it is they're talking about. I think that's so, so important. There's nothing worse than seeing a coach that says, hey, do this, but they don't do it themselves. And this goes with investing as well. There are plenty of coaches out there that want you to buy their services or products, but they don't believe in coaching enough to invest in a coach themselves. So that's always the biggest red flag. If you're a coach and you don't have a coach, a red flag, I would never buy from you. You have to have a coach. You have to believe in the process that you're teaching so much, because how are you going to sell the benefits of coaching and the power of coaching if you can't find a way to justify investing your money in that either? You're just going to attract people that also can't justify working with you. So being an embodiment of what it is you teach. So I believe in coaching. You best believe I have a coach. In fact, I have 3 right now and I love it. So being an embodiment of what they teach. Number 2 is having vast ways of which you can be supported in the container that you're investing in, so to meet your needs. So for example, is there like a few different ways that you can learn? So maybe it's a program where there's a course aspect to it, there's maybe some one-on-one support, and there's some group support. Or you might not need all of those things, but that you basically, the program you're investing in will support you in the way that you like to be supported. So I try and be as inclusive as possible, knowing that some people are very auditory, some people are very visual, some people are very kinesthetic, some people love group containers, one-on-one, whatever else. And so I've tried to be as inclusive as possible with my containers. So in my mastermind, for example, there's a group component, there's a one-on-one component, there's an online course, there's a training manual, there's events, there's workshops, there's accountability sessions, there's Q&A sessions. There's lots of different styles of being supported. There's Voxer support, which is like voice messaging support, so that dependent on people's personal style of getting support, it's there. And this is not coming from this people pleasing energy, by the way. Like, you can't please everyone, and nor should you have all of those inclusions if you're not in a position to, support people with that, or that's not the nature of the program to get the best result. But just when it comes to investing in a program, like just considering like, what's the way that I need to be supported right now? And with that comes a consideration of like, if you're not in a financial position to invest in high level one-on-one coaching, for example, but you can afford a course, don't just not have a coach because you want to wait till you can afford a one-on-one coach. Just invest in what you can with the resources that you have. Like, don't let that hold you back. But just knowing what needs do you have that you can afford right now. And for example, I love group coaching. I think it's so powerful because of the proximity. It's more affordable. It's really enjoyable to be around like-minded people, and you usually get a lot more when it's in a group container because your coach is able to give more to more people with their time. And I just find that so beneficial. So obviously I don't look for one-on-one coaches. I look for, group masterminds, because I just believe in that process, right? And I love having that course aspect of content I can go to. But, when you're just starting a business, like just offering one-on-one coaching is more than enough. It's just about being sold on that and just knowing what you want when it comes to investing in a coach. So I like to, support my clients with their needs as much as possible. But then I also have like a more lower investment course of Rise to Coach that doesn't have a one-on-one component, but I've given the most I can for what that investment is. So it's, affordable for people and manageable for me. So that's something to consider when looking to invest in yourself. Are you ready to create aligned, scalable results in your coaching or service-based business? If so, I'd love to work with you. I support my clients through my signature programs, Rise to Coach, which is for new coaches or service providers wanting to sign their first clients, and Rise to 6 to scale to consistent 10K months. DM me at Sofia Rose Bernardi on Instagram to learn more and see if one of my programs is the right fit for you. The third thing is having aligned values. So you want to have pretty similar values and ethics and beliefs that your coach does. Otherwise, there might be a conflict. So how can you see this? Well, you can see this through following them on social media, like their energy, what they talk about. So for example, if you really don't believe in cold calling, then don't go invest in a business program that's going to teach you how to cold call, for example. Or if you really believe in, the power of energy and mindset and, feminine energy, then like don't go invest in a really, really masculine course, or vice versa, and all of the things. Like, find their values. Where do they invest their time and money? How do they, take certain actions? Do they have on their website or their social media, like how they are an inclusive business or lack thereof, or whatever it is, just getting clear on their values, and that's going to support you to see if that matches up. Because when you invest in a coach, you're typically in their container, hopefully for a long time, because long-term investing is really, really important. And you want to make sure that the journey you're about to go on is one that, supports where it is you want to go. And that leaves me to the fourth and final tip to consider when making a big investment decision in yourself. And that is really considering where you want to be in 3 to 5 years' time, and make a decision from that person, or for that person, should I say. Because when we make decisions from who we are now, that's where the fear comes in of like, struggling to make certain decisions because of the amount of money it's going to take and the amount of time it's going to take. Whereas if you're focusing on who you want to become and you make a decision from that place, that's really going to support you when making a big investment. So I've made some crazy, what feels crazy to me in my world of, $18,000 for a program, or $12,000 or $9,000, and at the time when I made those investments, they were super, super stretchy and super, super scary and uncomfortable. But what was more uncomfortable was staying really stuck and unhappy with where I was at in my business with the lack of results. And so I knew I had to make a new decision. And to help me overcome that fear of making those big investments was really looking at what this coach was providing for me and what I would be able to get out of it. And I had to really focus on where I would be as a result of investing in this program rather than where I was right now, because you are right now because of your current thoughts and beliefs and actions you take. And so if you're not happy with where you are now, then you also don't want to make a decision from that place either. So I like to forward think of who I want to become and get into the energy of that and make a decision from there. Because if you want to become a new version of yourself, then you actually have to energetically step into that. And you do that by tapping into what does that look, sound, and feel like, and make decisions from there, as long as, of course, you physically can do that. And that's what's really supported me to make big, bold investments that have always come back to me tenfold. That's one last thing I do, is I always tell myself that whatever I invest in myself comes back to me tenfold. And it has, and more so, because I've been able to focus on what I do want and not what I don't want, and take self-responsibility for every decision I make as well. So just to recap, the 4 things to consider when making a big investment decision is, are they an embodiment of what it is they are teaching? 2, are there, vast ways of which you can be supported to meet your needs in this container? 3, do you guys have aligned values, more or less, so that you know that their teaching style and what they're going to be teaching you feels really good for you and the way that you want to do business? And then 4, consider where you want to be in 5 years' time and make a decision for that person. I hope you enjoyed this episode and that it supported you to be able to make a big and bold, courageous decision for your future in your business and or in your life. If you have any questions, come message me on Instagram. I'm so happy to chat through this with you. And if you've decided that you would like to join either Rise to Coach or Rise to 6, my current available containers, then come message me and we can chat and see if that is the right fit for you as well. So Rise to Coach is perfect for you if you're just starting out in business and you want to sign clients on a repeat, and Rise to 6 is perfect for you if you want to get to those consistent 10K marks and per month and build a 6-figure business. So message me, let's chat and see if it feels really good for both you and me, and we'll go from there. All my love, and I'll see you in next week's episode. Bye. Are you ready to create aligned, scalable results in your coaching or service-based business? If so, I'd love to work with you. I support my clients through my signature programs, Rise to Coach, which is for new coaches or service providers wanting to sign their first clients, and Rise to 6 to scale to consistent 10K months. DM me at Sofia Rose Bernardi on Instagram to learn more and see if one of my programs is the right fit for you.